Hey, what is up, you guys? Today, something pretty funny happened in my high school bathroom, and it kind of gave me the idea to make this video because that little encounter I had today wasn't really long enough to make a full video, but I still wanted to talk about it, and I realized how much weird shit has happened to me in my high school's bathroom, so I figured I would just make a video talking about all of them in one, so I could just cover all that weird shit. So first of all, I'm gonna cover the one that happened today. I was going in the bathroom, and there's some dudes, just doing some casual bathroom shit, standing in there, hitting their jewels. And I'm sure you all know what a fucking jewel is, but it's just a little vape if you don't know. And then I go as I'm walking past him, he goes, "Oh, you're like some a real short guy," which I thought was pretty funny because I'm like just over 6'2". I'm like almost 6'3", or I don't know if that's exactly what he said, but he said something about me being a short guy, and I kind of, just laughed at it because I thought it was, a kind of funny, sarcastic thing to say. And, I'll laugh at anything almost. It's easy as hell to make me laugh. But then, as I go in this bathroom, the stalls at my high school aren't super tall, so I can see over them. And basically, my entire head is above the, like little wall part of the stall, and this dude is still just looking at me, and I'm kind of like not weirded out, like super weirded out, cause I don't really get awkward in situations other people would feel awkward in. Like I really don't give a fuck. Like this dude could see my fucking cock for all I care. It doesn't really matter to me. That just gives you some perspective of how little of I give a fuck about really anything that people would consider to be awkward or weird. I don't really care what people think of me. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna fuck with this dude, 'cause he's messing with me. And I like, get ready to pee and I line it up. And then I fucking look over and he's still looking at me. And I took my whole piss without like breaking eye contact. Like we maintained eye contact through the entire time I peed until I walked out. And then I just walked right by him. And, neither one of us said a word after that, but it was just, I thought, pretty funny. We were both laughing our asses off. Then, what's another funny time? Well, this one wasn't really funny. This one was actually sketchy as fuck. So, me and my good friend are chilling in the bathroom, hitting a dab pen, like we always used to do back then. Fucking jabroni shit, okay? Don't be doing this shit we're doing, but every day, hitting dab pens in the bathroom. And it was right after first period. We're on our way over to algebra, because this was in my freshman year. And I see him, and we're headed to the same class, but we weren't coming from the same class. I was coming from PE. And, he let me hit his vape, because this was back when I vaped. I'm letting him hit my dab pen. And I was standing, like, right in the doorway to a stall, hitting his vape, and he's hitting my dab pen, like, right outside the stall. And he immediately, like, at a really, like, we're both taking a hit, and he just randomly shoves me into the stall because I was like in the doorway, and then he comes in too, and he latches the door, and I was like, what the fuck? I literally said that. I was like, what the fuck? And he just put his finger up to his mouth, like, be quiet, and he pointed out there, and I kind of like leaned down and looked over to where the urinals were, and like you can tell what shoes are like some kids' shoes, and what shoes are the teacher's shoes, and I see like these fancy black like leather looking shoes. I'm like, oh, it's a fucking teacher right there. Probably almost just saw my friend hitting my dab pen. And he had like nowhere to go. He's in the middle of a rip. He can't just blow it out or like put it down. So we chill and we sit in this fucking stall. And then as soon as that guy left, we just, we already had put our shit away. And as soon as he left, we just got the fuck out of there and went to class. But, that was a pretty funny one. One that happened this year actually. There's this, kid who's known for doing some pretty stupid, crazy, dumb, fucking weird, hilarious shit at our school. And, he goes in the bathroom and he's like, want to see something, and we're all like standing around like, what the fuck could he possibly do that's so like weird, like that we would want to see in the bathroom. We thought he was gonna pull out like a knife or a vape or like dab pen or some shit, but he like uh opens the door all the way, and then he really quickly closes it and like slammed his body into it and like broke the lock. And we're like, what? That was weird. He just broke the lock. Okay, is that what he wanted to show us? And then he like walks away from the stall and turns around and like full force fucking ran into this shit and broke the door off the stall. And then he did it to the other stall too. And he just walks out with the two doors in his hands. And he just walks out into the hallway where like the administrators are and shit. And he's like, something happened to these doors. And then he just fucking drops them on the ground and walks away. And we were just fucking jaws dropped, like, just fucking in shock that this dude really just fucked up the bathroom, just ripped the doors off, and then, you know, he didn't like flee the scene, you know, he just fucking walked out there with them in his hands. He like held them up above his head. He was like, these are broken. Fucking leaves. I was like, what the hell? Oh shit, I completely forgot about this. Okay. I just got hella excited because I remembered a story that I wasn't even planning on telling. This was a fucking good one. So okay, sorry, I just completely fucking missed the end of this map because I was kind of distracted by my headset. But there's this group of kids in my school, and I'm not gonna say like too much about them, but they're basically these like redneck sort of kids, and they're all part of this weird religion where like they can't have electronics or shit. It's kind of like the Amish, but it's a little bit more like high tech than that. I don't know how to explain it. Like right out of high school, the girls just get married instantly and have kids, and the dudes they all go work at the fucking electric company because their family owns it. And literally, it's like family owned business, and their entire fucking, and I say family owned business, and you're probably like, what do you mean? Because they're all like, they can only marry people in their church, and their church is pretty small. And so they're basically a bunch of inbreds. I'm like not even kidding. This is might sound fucking weird, but this is how it is. And like I go in the bathroom and there's a bunch of them standing around. You can tell these kids apart from the other kids. They all look alike. They all have blonde hair and blue eyes and dress like rednecks, and no one else does. And one of them, they're all just kind of standing around. I know they're probably like chewing tobacco because that's what they always do in the bathroom, so they spit it out in the toilets. And I like point towards the stall. I was like, anyone like gonna go in there? Cause you know I didn't want to just go in front of him and be a dick, but I didn't think anyone was. And the one next to it is taken, and I go in there. And then under the door comes someone's hand with just a can of Grizzly, like chewing tobacco in their hand. And so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna fuck with him, cause like I don't chew, but I just thought this would be funny. So I grabbed the can out of his hand, and then someone on the outside goes, I'm gonna try to do like an impression, but it's probably gonna be shitty. He goes, Travis, that's not me in there. And he's like, oh shit. And he reaches his hand back under the door and he goes, give it back, give me back my Grizzly. Or like I don't know, I can't do like a good redneck impression, but this is how they sound. They don't really sound like rednecks. They have like their own accent you've never heard before. And I give it to him. He's like, you better not taking any of my Grizzly. And I was like, oh, I didn't, dude. I'm just fucking with you. He's like, okay, you better not have. And I thought that was funny shit. Um, then, what's another good one? Okay, this is a decent one. So there's this one bathroom at my school. It's the only one like this, where the doors to get into it are on the outside of the building, and there's no other way to get in it from like the inside, so you have to come from the outside to get to these bathrooms. So kids would always go like vape and smoke shit in there because teachers would never be outside in this area really, because like all the classes uh were just way easier to get to from inside the building. There would be really no reason to come out into this area. unless, you were just hanging out at your lunch or something, and that's what we did. There's like this little courtyard right on the edge of our school's property, and like no one would really go over there. And so, there's always, uh, or not always, there's sometimes my group would, go chill over there, and it was lunch, so I was going in that bathroom to hit my dab pen, and there was a group of these redneck kids I was telling you about, just all standing around smoking cigs in here, which, like, I guess is probably the best place to do it if you're gonna do it on campus, but dude, honestly, just take that shit off campus. What the fuck? It's better to get caught sneaking off campus than smoking a cigarette in the bathroom. But they're all smoking their cigarettes in the bathroom, like standing around. I was like, basically came right in the door, like right on the edge of it, just took a fat rip of my dab pen and walked out because I didn't want to be in there and just smelling like smoke or getting caught. Because I would always be way more low key. They had that shit fucking hot box, like to the max hot box. It was fucking crazy. Then, there's really one more good one I can think of, so I think this is going to be the last bathroom encounter I tell you about. And I probably should have saved one of the better ones for last, because this isn't really like the banger bathroom story. But, my school would always have these assemblies, like before like the dances and shit. I don't really give a fuck about school dances. I'd rather just, uh, like, I don't know, fuck anything else really. Shit is whack. If I have a girlfriend, I'm not gonna take her to fucking dance. We'll just go get high and like go get dinner or some shit. Fuck that. And that's usually what I always did. So they would always have these assemblies talking about the dance, like getting you hyped up or whatever the fuck, talking about the rules and shit. And like no one wanted to fucking be there except the group of kids that might, be going to the dance. And that wasn't most of us, because no one at my high school really gave a shit about the dances. Like me. Because we realized it's kind of just stupid shit anyways. But then me and my buddy were like, yeah, we're gonna fucking sneak out. So we decided we were gonna meet in this one bathroom and then try to sneak out, because this bathroom was kind of like near where both of the classes we were having was. And we meet up in this bathroom. It's kind of like near the center of the building, not really the center, but like far from the edges. And we're like gonna camp out in there, and the security would be like watching the like exits of the campus in the beginning of the assembly to make sure everyone got to the assembly. But after like 10 or 15 minutes, they would always go into the gym where the assembly was. So we're like, if we can camp out here, we'll be fine. Within like the first couple minutes, some teacher comes in to use the bathroom, and he's like, you guys, and we were just standing there. He's like, you guys got to go to the assembly. I know what you're trying to do. And he like made sure we left. So we're like, okay, that's a bust. But then the one that I was telling you about, the bathroom that's outside, and I said is right on the edge of our property, or not our property, but the school's property. And we were like, that's the spot we gotta fucking get to if we're gonna sneak out of here. So we get to that bathroom, and within like a couple minutes the door is opening. We're like, fuck, we thought we were about to get like caught again. And then another kid walks in and he's like, oh hey, you guys skipping too? And we're like, yeah. And he had a box of donuts with him. He's like, you guys want some donuts? And we're like, hell yeah, I want some donuts. Oh, thanks, man. So he was pretty cool. And we were like, so what's your plan? Like, how are you getting off? He's like, I'm just gonna try to walk out right there in like 10 or 15 minutes, because that's when the security goes away. And we're like, yup, same here. And so we're like, cool. And then the door pops open, and we hear what sounds like a female voice. Hey, anyone in there, you guys? Anyone in there? And we're like, well, shit. We're like, she can't come in here. So we just won't say anything. And he's like, dude. Well, he was whispering, but I'm not going to whisper because it's going to sound shitty in the mic. He's like, dude, I think that's my teacher. She saw me left, and I just fucking ran. And we're like, what, you dumbass, you ran? He's like, yeah, I didn't want to go. And he's like, that sounds like her. And then she was like, okay, if anyone's in there, better come out now, 'cause the janitor's coming in to clean it. And, you don't want her to see anything. I was like, her? what the fuck? And they're like, yeah, she's coming in. And I was like, the janitor's a lady? I'm like, well, I mean, she's not gonna see anything, but she's gonna rat on us for sure. So we're like, whatever, we might as well come out. And it was this dude's teacher, and she was like, ah, there you are. And then she's like, and who are these two, huh? Are they trying to, skip the assembly with you? And I kind of realized if it wasn't for this dude, we probably would have been fine. Cause the teacher wouldn't have came. The janitor would have came, sure, but she would have just been like, "Get the fuck out, bitch," and we would have just probably walked off at that point. Cause this was already like, I think 12. I'm not sure. It was like over 10 minutes had gone by, and we probably could have just walked off campus. And when I looked around when we came out, we were right on, like near an exit of the campus. There was no security there. I was like, damn, we could have just walked out as soon as this janitor lady came. She wasn't gonna like escort us to the assembly or like call security or something. And she would just fucking tell us to leave and we'd just walk off. But I didn't really care. The dude was kind of a homie. He fucking came through with some donuts, so like he was cool. But yeah, I guess that's the last story I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed my weird ass fucking high school bathroom encounters. As weird as that may sound. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later and see ya.